Laika, an elderly woman who runs barefoot to raise money to treat her husband. Before Laika became famous all over the world, Laika and her husband lived in a small house in Buldana, Maharashtra, India, working as general laborers such as housekeeping and packing, working as a farm worker. Everyone praises this old couple that they work hard, do not moan together, lovingly take care of each other from young to old. One day, her husband fainted on the mat. She was dizzy, causing constant breathing. She took her husband to the village doctor, but they advised her to take him back to the city doctor to find out the cause of the illness. The grandmother could not immediately bring her husband to the city for treatment. She did not have enough money for treatment, even though she had almost no money to travel. Mr. Louis Sock, Chet, the father of honor, ran to borrow money from the villagers, and his daughter, who had just gotten married, went to the man's house until he had some money to bring his grandfather up for treatment in the city. But when she arrived in the city, she was in trouble again because she could not pay for medical treatment because she was not born in Maharashtra. The doctor diagnoses and prescribes some medicine to the old man and also recommends an MRI scan, which costs 5,000 rupiah, or the equivalent of 28,000 Khmer real, 69. But where can a poor worker who earns only one day and spend one day live earn this amount of money? The Baramati Marathon, which will take place in the next few days, is her last resort. As if she wins, she will receive a modest 5,000 rupees. This time, she has nothing to worry about anymore. She decided to register for the 3,000 meters and change her daily life schedule to practice by waking up 2-3 hours faster, getting up and flexing her arms before the sky. Bright, wearing old flip-flops, running in a quiet place, not listening to the words of the grandmother's son that he would not be able to run because he had never run before, did not know the techniques in the running game, and was almost invisible the road to victory at all. On the day of the race, she was ready to eat, wearing flip-flops and a sarai dress that did not fit at all for the marathon. Ask him out well if he is no longer absorbed in the connection. She stood ready at the beginning of her dress, much to everyone's surprise. All contestants wear sneakers, sports pants, which make it easy to run. But she wears a loose dress, does not care about other people's eyes, always concentrates on looking straight ahead. When the gunfire started, she ran away in order to reach the goal first. Running 3,000 meters can not only depend on the speed, but also on the patience to keep the speed to reach the goal before you get tired. After running for only 3 minutes, her flip-flops were cut off on one side. Get a lot of support from people around. Her struggling life raises questions about the Indian government's working system. Everyone knows this, so how can the government help solve the people's plight? Or let poor people struggle to find ways, such as Laika, willing to run to earn money to treat her husband, is not given the opportunity, and the government should do something to reduce the huge social gap in Indian society. As for her grandmother, after overcoming her grandfather's health problems, she decided to register for the marathon every year, winning 3 years in a row. Even though she is now 70 years old, she still runs. What has changed is that the goal of running this time is different from running in the first time. She ran because she hoped to get money to help her husband, but now she runs because running has become the most precious memory. Between her and her husband,